All right, so now we're headed into the happiest place on earth, at least my happy place, which is the Haven. So the Haven is a key card access area. So I just wanted to point out that when this door shuts, unless you're staying in a Haven suite, you cannot get in here at all. It's a beautiful, beautiful space, but what this is about is it's about taking a boutique luxury experience and putting it into a large mega ship. So you have all of the amenities from a large mega ship, but you're also going to have all the little touches and the luxuries of a boutique hotel. So it's important to note that some of the staterooms, some of the suites are inside of the Haven and some are located outside of the Haven, but if you are in a Haven suite, you get full access to this space. Wanted to point out this stairway. So there are some Haven suites down on deck 15 as well that have direct access up through the stairway, and you can also get to the spa this way as well. So we're going to continue on through into the main part of the Haven. So that's going to be the reception area in just a few minutes when guests are boarding. We're going to have some awesome staff members here. They're going to handle all of the things that you would possibly need. As your travel agent, we actually coordinate with the Haven well in advance before you get on the ship so they understand what you need and also can pre-reserve things. But there's a few little touches that you might want to take care of as soon as you get on board and also getting on the Wi-Fi and things like that. They're going to help you with all of it as well as reservations throughout the entire cruise. You can also utilize your butler for those things. So you can see this is the Haven Lounge. It's a really beautiful space. It's been totally updated and upgraded since they did the massive renovation in 2019. Once again, I really, really appreciate that. And it's actually more in line with some of the newer Haven products. And here's the Haven bar. One thing that I love about the Haven bar, you're always going to have the best bartenders on the entire ship. They always have an amazing personality and fun. And I'm going to be back in the Haven in just a few weeks. I'm really excited because one of my favorite bartenders is still on board. We're still in communication. And yeah, this is just a really, really great place also to meet fantastic people. This is also where you can hang out and relax before you're going in to dine. One of the unique experiences of having the Haven is that you have the Haven restaurant. You can dine in there breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day if you like, and you can actually order your room service from the Haven restaurant for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. All right, so now we're headed into the Haven restaurant. It's a fantastic size space. I've never had any problem getting reservations on board. Once again, you cannot pre-reserve the reservations. But what it is once again, a very elegant dining. You notice that the glassware, the cutlery, the dishes, everything is upgraded throughout the, compared to the other experiences on board. And then over here you have a massive wine collection. This is just a little bit, but Norwegian has a phenomenal wine collection. And every single stateroom on board and suite is going to get the option to take the beverage package. You can also upgrade to the Premium Plus beverage package if you're interested. We have a video on that if you want to check it out. But it really kind of tells you what it's all about. If you like those higher end liqueurs and spirits, it's definitely going to be worth it. So right here in the morning, you're going to have a breakfast buffet. Of course, you can order from the menu. Sometimes people just like to grab and go. I know with my daughter, sometimes we'll just grab some fruit and yogurt and things like that, and then just head on out for the day. But now, as I continue into the rest of the space, you can see a little more of it. Little touches like this beautiful chandelier throughout. And then also you can notice that you have 2 tops, 4 tops. They can also put it together if you happen to be cruising with a larger family group. And I always try to request the tables by the window. There's not a ton of window seating here, but once again, the elevated dining experience makes up for it completely. All right, so now I'm headed out to the Courtyard. So this is a fantastic private space just for those in the Haven. And what I love is that this part is completely family friendly as well. When I cruise with my daughter, this is a great spot, especially when we're staying in a 2-bedroom family villa. You just pop out, you've got the pool, you got this little tiny wading pool, and then you also have these loungers that are in there so you can put your feet in the water and get nice and cool. Because once again, this spends a lot of time in the Caribbean, and then it's also gonna go to Europe during the summer. As you continue on, you can see that you have 2 hot tubs. Once again, this is turnaround day. Everything's getting cleaned up right now. You can see here you've got a hot tub here. You've got a matching one over the side. And then also all up around us, we're surrounded by the Haven Sundeck. So this is accessed only by, once again, those who are in the Haven, whether you're staying in the complex itself or if you have one of the suites outside of the complex. All right, so now I'm going to head up to the Sundeck from the Courtyard. But before we did, I just wanted to point out this has a super unique feature. It actually has its own spa for the Haven. I'm going to take you in this treatment room real quick. One great thing that I love, I really appreciate that Norwegian has done, is that this treatment room is actually fully accessible, and then there's a restroom right here that's fully accessible as well. There's a treatment room here, and then another one right next to it. But another fantastic feature that you don't find to be complimentary that often on cruise ships anymore is a sauna. Once again, this is only utilized by Haven guests, but it's a pretty good sized sauna here. You've got the bench seating, and wow, nice and warm. Appreciate that. All right, so just up the stairs here is the Sundeck. A couple important things to note. It is 16 plus only, so families can use the courtyard and the pool, but the Sundeck is just for those who are 16 and above. You got the great spot that looks out the very front of the ship, a lot of loungers. It's actually a really, really big space for a haven this size. And I'm in a Courtyard Penthouse suite. This is a fantastic option for a lot of people. It's one of the most prevalent suites on board the entire ship. But what's great about it is you're located in the Haven complex itself, so you don't even have to go outside to utilize the restaurant, the courtyard, and then also the Sundeck. One thing that's really cool about this particular category is if you are staying in one of the Haven owner's suites with large balcony, you can also connect. So this is a connecting door that goes through to one of those suites. We do that all the time because a lot of times our customers ask about using a aft-facing connecting with a balcony, but then everybody in the stateroom is not necessarily going to get access to the Haven or the amenities. So this is a perfect option to combine the two together. Right when we walk in here, I wanted to point out that you have a temperature control right there, and then you also have your makeup room and do not disturb. I love that you can just click the button and communicate with the steward. Don't need to put anything outside, maybe it falls off. And then right here, you're also gonna have the electrical outlet. You have to keep that in at all times so that the power will work in the room. You also have your lighting here. There's a couple of these throughout the suite itself, but you can just pick daylight or evening or whatever you'd like. And then as I continue on in, you can see what this suite is all about. It's kind of more of like a studio suite compared to one of the large 2 bedrooms, but this is perfect for couples. And then we use the configuration a lot when there's 3 passengers. Right here, you're gonna have your Nespresso maker, complimentary and refilled every single day as often as you'd like. And then you notice that you have your glassware. There's also some stemware and then utensils down below as well. That is going to be used for in-room dining. You can dine in your suite, coordinate it with your butler. As your agent, we of course coordinate a lot of this ahead of time. We make sure all the expectations are clear for everybody and they know exactly what you're looking for in your experience. Right here, you're gonna have your mini fridge. It's stocked and ready to go for the guests that are getting ready to arrive. And once again, it's using personal preferences for that. Okay, so you notice you got champagne on ice for the arrivals in just about an hour or so, your flat panel TV, and then there's actually a ton of storage underneath here. All of it is soft close. I love that. You just soft touch. My wife hates it when I slam doors unintentionally anyway, so it's great for my family. Once again, a ton of storage underneath here as well. You've got your ship handy phone, your room service, and mini bar. Keep in mind that you can dine in your suite from the Haven restaurant, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can also use your specialty dining package. And then there's a 24/7 expanded room service menu. And then of course you have access to your butler 24 hours a day. I'm going to continue on over here to the writing desk and vanity. So this is kind of dual purpose here. You've got the magnifying mirror and then you've got a nice large backlit mirror here. You've got a US plug and a European plug as well. I always bring extra adapters and converters so I can utilize every single plug in the suite. Right here, you've got your chair. Once again, sit and get ready. And then one other touch that I really appreciate is that this opens up. I always end up having to work when I'm cruising because this is my job, of course, but I love that I can sit here at my desk and look out and have a beautiful, beautiful view of the Caribbean. All right, so over here you have it's a mini sofa, kind of a love seat. This does fold out into a bed, but one thing to keep in mind is compared to some of the other suites, if you're traveling with family, there's no real separation here, so everybody's gonna be in the room together. This is a perfect room for 2, and it works really well for 3 as well. A nice little touch that I love that they added in here was these blue ambient lights down below. If you need to get up in the middle of the night, use the restroom, or maybe get a glass of water or something like that, it's fantastic. You don't have to turn on lights, wake everybody up, wake yourself up, and that's a nice ambient light. You've got right next to the bed, you have your reading light here so you don't disturb your partner. You've got a plug right there. I always bring a USB splitter. Mine has 8 on it, so plug in 1 and then I can charge my phone, my headphones, Kindle, and things like that. You'll notice that this is a true full king size bed. Really appreciate that. You can adjust it if you'd like. You can have them put an egg crate on there, make it softer. You can make it firmer as well. And then you also have a full pillow menu to choose from. And then this nice light just above the bed. Over on the side here, once again, great storage where you can put things away completely. One thing I did want to point out is on this side of the bed, there is not a plug. I bring a battery backup usually, and then I just plug my phone in at night so I can utilize that. You've got your phone here, and then all the light controls for the entire room. I'm gonna back in here for just a second and show you the separation. So you've got a curtain here that actually separates out the closet. So here's your main closet area. This is gonna slide, and you've got all your hanging storage here. You've got storage up above and down below as well. And then as I slide it over, you can see that you have your safe, not quite big enough for a full laptop, but perfect for passports, personal belongings, storage up and down, and then you got your towels ready to go, and then a couple drawers here as well. From this space, I did want to point out there's a full mirror here, and then this opens up as well to give you more hanging storage space that goes back here. You've got storage space up above. You're also gonna have your robes that are complimentary in every Haven suite on board. All right, so now we're gonna head into the bathroom. On my left-hand side here is the toilet. I like that it's got a separate door. It shuts off completely, which is really nice. You've got a type of dual vanity here. So you've got the 2 sinks. Underneath, you're gonna have quite a bit of storage on both sides. I like that you can put some things away completely. Because you were in a Haven suite, you're gonna have your Bulgari bath amenities fully upgraded. I love even the little touches like the shower poof. I use one at home, so it's really nice to have that on vacation as well. And then over here, you're gonna have a combo bathtub and shower. You've got your shower wand just up above there, and then once again, a full soaking tub. Inside the tub, you're gonna have bath salts, so you can imagine it's a great place to relax and unwind, either before you go out in the evening or when you get back. Since I travel with my daughter and we are a family of 3, this is a stateroom category that works for us, but I love having the bathtub here because it's really, really nice when you're traveling with little ones. I know that she loves playing in the bath, and once again, it's just a comfort of home that you can extend on vacation. So now I'm stepping out onto the balcony. Once again, this is a perfect size space for 2 people. You can have a nice bite to eat here. You can dine on your balcony. You can also have coffee. Usually what I do is I get up in the morning, have a nice cup of coffee here from the Nespresso maker, and then you have a ton of space that you can utilize just outside the room here. So you step outside, you've got the Haven Courtyard Pool area, and then you're also gonna have the Sundeck right there. So even though the balcony is not massive, it's perfect for 2 people. And once again, you have a ton of that open space right next to where you are. Currently, I am on board the beautiful Norwegian Getaway in a 2-bedroom family villa suite. This particular suite is the one that we sell the most of at our agency. It's actually not even close. It's a fantastic option for several different configurations. So let me show you what it's all about. Right when you walk in here, you've got your set temperature control. There's several of them in here. Really appreciate that. You've got your makeup room and do not disturb. You can just click the button and communicate with your steward, so you don't have to put something on the outside of the door. Keep in mind that you also have this key card that needs to be in at all times, because this is what makes the electrical work. If it's not in there, none of the outlets are going to work and the lights won't work as well. So as we head in, you see that you got a nice mirror here. See, getting ready for heading out. But right now I'm going to head into the 2nd bedroom first. So if you're traveling with a family, this is a magical, magical thing to have a door that you can shut completely and the kids have their own space. We get a question a lot about whether this is a good configuration for 2 couples. It could work, but I think one couple is going to have a very different experience than the other, because the bedding in here, once again, perfect for families. You've got this that converts into a bed. You also have a Pullman bed that comes out of the ceiling, so you're going to have bunk beds right here. You also have your full closet. This is going to pop down, so you have more hanging storage up above, and then above here, and then of course down below. Like that, you can close that off. This is going to be the ladder for the bunk bed, of course, and then more storage over here in the corner. So as we continue on in, you can see that there's a flat panel TV. There's actually 3 in this room, which for families, to me, that's a perfect thing. Everybody can have exactly what they need. You can even set it up with video games or something else and have a separate room in here. You notice that you have a European plug and a US plug. I always bring extra converters and adapters so that I can utilize all the plugs in the room if I need to. There's also a small ottoman here so that you can sit here and use the mirror and get ready. You've got your hooks there for either towels or jackets. Once again, here's your separate temperature control there. So if you want it nice and cold in this room, a little bit warmer in the living room, you can do that. I'm going to open up the bathroom. Okay, so as we head on in, this is very similar to the standard bathrooms and the balconies and ocean views on board the ship. I'm gonna head into the shower first. I really like that they have this acrylic shower door. I'm 6'6". I barely fit in here, but I actually do have clearance, and I love that you don't have a shower curtain pushing in on you. You've got your shower wand here, and then continue on through. Toilet over to the side, a little bit of storage, not a ton of places to put things away completely, but you can also use this as storage as well. Because you are in a Haven suite, you're going to have the upgraded Bulgari bath amenities, and there's a lot of little touches like the shower poofs and things like that. I have one at home, I use one at home, so I really like that I can have that on the ship. All right, so now I'm stepping into the main living room space of the room. You'll notice right away that you have a full dining room table, you have some cutlery here, and then you have your stemware, glasses, mugs, and things like that. The reason you have that is you can dine in your room. You can order from the Haven restaurant breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And then also you have an expanded room service menu, and you can even use your specialty dining package to dine in your suite. Right over here, you have an espresso maker. I start my morning with Nespresso in the morning, so I really appreciate that you have one in here. They'll replenish that as often as you like. And then also you have the Just Water. Wanted to point that out, that this is not plastic. It's a biodegradable material, and they're switching away from all of the single-use plastics throughout the fleet. It's a conservation effort that they're doing fleet-wide between Norwegian, Regent, and Oceania Cruises. Just underneath here, you're gonna have your mini fridge. Once again, it's stocked and ready to go. I wanted to point that out because as your travel agent, one of the things that we do is we work with the butlers ahead of time in the Haven Concierge line to make sure that they understand your preferences and you get the exact experience out of the vacation that you're looking for. So let me continue on into the living room. You see you've got the couch here, pretty big, overstuffed. This also can convert into a bed. Keep in mind that the maximum occupancy in this room is 6 and they will not allow more than that. So 6 is the absolute max. Over here you have your flat panel TV. And then as I continue on, you've got this nice little writing desk with your handy phone here. What I like about that is I always have to work on vacation. It's a really nice space to utilize. You got a little storage here. You also have storage on the side there. And then here's your expanded room service menu. So as I head into the main bedroom, the master bedroom, I wanted to point out one of my favorite features in the entire room. Here we go. It's a door. I absolutely adore my family, my daughter, my nieces and nephews. We all love traveling together. But having a separate space that can be closed off completely really, truly, to me, makes it a vacation. So right as we come in, I'll point out some storage here. So you've got these soft close doors throughout. You notice you have your Haven robes. They're complimentary in every single Haven suite. And right here, you're gonna have your safe. It's not quite big enough for a full laptop, but perfect for the personal belongings, passports, wallets, things like that. And then of course, a ton of storage here. I will point out something I found on my last cruise, just a little bit of hidden storage there. So if you need something that you always want to grab when you walk out the door, that might be a perfect place for it. Here you have a full king-size bed. You can have them make it firmer or softer based on your preferences. You have a full pillow menu to choose from. So once again, this is a luxury suite, and this is some of the ways and the little touches that really make it luxurious. This entire wall here is storage. So I'll just open up one of them for you so you can see, but this is your hanging storage here. You can also pull it down and have a little bit more storage as well. And then there, right below your flat panel TV, there's a ton of storage down below. On the side of the bed, you do have your reading light. Nice little lamp there. There's one US plug. I usually bring a splitter, like a USB splitter. Maybe it'll have 8 openings on there. That way I can charge everything that I need, and it just makes it really, really simple. All right, so now let's head over to the other side of the bed. You have your full light controls here. You have your phone, of course, storage. I do like that you can put it away completely. And one great little touch is they have this blue ambient lighting that's below. I love that because you don't have to turn on the lights in the middle of the night. Maybe you're getting up for a drink of water or going to the restroom. That way you don't stub your toe and also doesn't wake you up completely. There is not a plug by this side of the bed, but there are 2 plugs here that of course you can use for the bed. Once again, a European and a US plug. You've got a nice little ottoman to sit on here, and then a full mirror, including a makeup mirror that's magnified and backlit so that you can get ready. So I'm just gonna point this out. There is a curtain here that creates that separation between the bathroom and the bedroom. Once again, separation is always appreciated. Now that we're in the space, you can see that they have a large double vanity here. Quite a bit of storage underneath where you can put things away completely. Once again, very much appreciated on a cruise ship. You've got your shower poof, your upgraded Bulgari bath amenities. And then on this side, you're gonna have the toilet. It's tucked away, separate with a door that shuts off. Really, really appreciate that. And then I'm gonna head into the shower. So once again, I'm 6'6". I don't fit in a lot of showers, but I do this one. You've got your rainforest shower head, your car wash shower with all the extra nozzles, and then the wand as well. I love that they have a little foot stoop. You can put your foot up there if you're shaving your legs. And then what this is really all about is the amazing view out the side. There's also curtains in here, and then I'll point it out in just a minute outside, but I wanted to show you this soaking tub. This is one of the signature features of the 2-bedroom family villas. You got your bath salts there. You can imagine sitting here, relaxing, taking in the view. Maybe you're sailing through Europe, sailing through the Caribbean, but it's just a really, really fantastic place. And if you're traveling with smaller kids, like I do quite often, it's great to have a bathtub in the room. All right, so now we're headed out to the balcony. You'll notice right away it is not a massive space, but for me, it's the perfect place to sit and have a coffee in the morning, relax, and have this private space. But one great thing about being in the Haven like you are right here is you just step out your door, you're right at the Courtyard Pool, you have the Sundeck at your access, so you have all of this open space right next to the room. Currently, I'm on board the beautiful Norwegian Getaway, and I'm in a deluxe owner's suite. So this is one of the forward-facing suites on board. It's a fantastic option for families and also for couples. So let me show you right when we walk in. Press these buttons here, make up room or do not disturb. I really appreciate that they have that there. You don't have to put a sticker or something on the outside of the door that could fall off. So great way to communicate. And then you also have several temperature controls throughout the space because this room could be used as a second bedroom as well. But I'll show you that in just a moment. So right when you walk in, you have storage underneath here. You've got the hooks where you can hang up a coat. Really Excellent if you're in Europe, especially Northern Europe where the ship's going soon. And then you have this second bathroom. So this is a really, really fantastic feature. You've got the small bowl sink here and then the toilet. But what's great about it is if you have guests that are coming over to visit, maybe you have a cocktail party, or you have somebody staying in the suite, they can utilize that bathroom in the evening and not need to disturb the master bedroom at all. So this is one of the top Haven suites on board the ship. You see you have a full dining room table here. You've got your cutlery, you've got your stemware, glasses, and all of that there because you can dine completely in your suite. You can order from the Haven restaurant, breakfast, lunch, and dinner if you like. You can even utilize your specialty dining package. And then of course they have a large expanded room service menu. And with your butler, you're gonna have access to them 24 hours a day. As your agent, one of the things that we do is we communicate a lot of it ahead of time. And so they understand your preferences. And then when you get on board, you're all ready to have an unbelievable vacation. So over here, you're gonna have your Nespresso maker. I love that because I start my day with Nespresso at home every single day, and it's a really great touch. They'll replenish those as often as you would like. And then here, you're gonna have your mini fridge. Whoops, soft close, a little softer. There we go. You're gonna have your mini fridge that is, of course, already stocked and ready to go based on your personal preferences. And also you can pre-order alcohols and things like that, and they're all ready to rock. So now we're in the main living room. This is a large, nice, comfortable couch, but it also can convert into a bed. So that's how you would turn this space into the bedroom. It's your coffee table here. I do like that they have this plug here. It's great because you can utilize that if you're using this space as well for a bedroom. Over on the other side, you've got a ton of storage up above. Once again, great to put things away completely. You also have your flat panel TV, Bose surround sound system. You've got a nice little writing desk here, your handy phone that you can use throughout the ship. And then also this is a great place to sit and get ready. But what I appreciate about this is where I would sit to probably work. It's something that I usually do when I'm on a cruise, and then I can turn to my right and look out these amazing views out the very, very front of the ship. All right, so now I'm headed into the master bedroom, and I wanted to point out one of my favorite features of this suite, and it is a door. I am a family man. I travel with my family, my daughter, my nieces and nephews, and I love that you have separation. When we're on vacation, my wife and I really appreciate having that separation so they can have the relaxing time they go to bed early, and then we can have our own space as well. So on the side of the bed here, you're gonna have your light controls. You've got your lamp, and then underneath, I wanted to point out, they have this really nice blue ambient lighting that they've added into all the Haven suites. And what's great about that is in the middle of the night, if you get up to get a drink of water or go use the restroom, you have that light that's there. It's the perfect, so it doesn't wake you up completely, but it's really nice so it doesn't disturb your partner as well. This is a full king size bed here. You can have them make it firmer or softer depending on your preferences. You also have a pillow menu that you can choose from. Let me just step over to the other side. I'm going to point out that you do have a US plug here. I always bring a USB splitter with 6 or 8 splits so that you can take advantage of every single one of them in the space, and you also have your light switch. I did want to point out that the other side does not have a plug. I always bring a backup battery so I can utilize that personally. All right, so you have your flat panel TV, and then another great feature that you'll see here is when you're sitting in bed, you can look out to your left and you're looking directly out the front of the ship with really, really beautiful views. A little bit of storage underneath here. And I'm just going to point out that you do have a curtain here that shuts off completely, that closes off the bathroom and then also the closet. So follow me into the walk-in closet. And when I say walk-in closet, it's truly a massive walk-in closet. So you're going to have a ton of storage here. This is all hanging storage. This is going to pop down below so that you can utilize that storage as well. And then you have more storage up here. You're going to have your complimentary golf umbrellas that are always included, your robes, and then your slippers as well. More storage here, and then also this area where you can put your shoes or you can actually sit down, and then this entire wall here is completely full of storage as well. I like how clean it looks because when you put everything away, it's just really, really nice. Also in the walk-in closet is this vanity. So you have this nice makeup mirror, magnifying, backlit. You also have another huge backlit mirror as well, a US plug and a European plug. Once again, I always bring extra converters and adapters so that I can utilize every single plug in the room if I like to. You've got full storage up and down here. Nice little chair to sit on, a little bit more storage on the side, and then you also have your hairdryer that's in every single stateroom on board the ship. Now follow me into the master bathroom. Another beautiful space. You have a double vanity. Really appreciate that. My wife and I each have our own space when we travel. You've got these drawers that open up. You can put things away completely. There's a scale in there. Might want to avoid that. I try to on cruising vacations, just saying. You've got your upgraded Bulgari bath amenities. And shower poof, once again, little touches that make a difference. That's what I use at home, so it's nice to have one here as well. And then over here, you're gonna have your toilet, Commode is separate. Once again, door that closes off. I think everybody who has a spouse or partner really appreciates that. And then over here, you're gonna have your a huge walk-in shower. You've got the rainforest shower head there. It's kind of like a car wash shower here where you've got all the different nozzles as well. You got a place to put your foot up so you can shave if you need to. And then it's just a really comfortable space and it's really big. I'm 6'6" and I really, really appreciate how much space I have to move around in here. And lastly, I'd like to point out the soaking tub, full soaking tub. Once again, I travel with my daughter a lot, so it's nice to have a tub. Also, my wife really likes to soak as well. You got the bath salts there, and that to me is just the ultimate of vacation, is sitting back and relaxing and doing what you want. All right, so this is the space that really, really makes this category special. You're looking directly out the front of the ship. You have the same views as the captain. In fact, we're right above where the captain is. Right here, you see a full dining room table. Once again, you can have your meals served here. You can order from the expanded room service menu, the Haven restaurant, or even specialty dining. And look, I mean, you're right here looking out the front of the ship, sailing through the Caribbean, sailing through the Baltic or the Mediterranean. It's just a really fantastic place and way to eat. And then over here, you're gonna have your two loungers. They're very comfortable, overstuffed. They have these nice terry cloth tops on there, and they'll replace them as often as you like, but once again, just a really, really comfortable way to sit, relax. I can picture myself right there with a drink, looking out at this amazing view. Currently on board the beautiful Norwegian Getaway in the largest suite on board, the deluxe owner suite with large balcony. This is a fantastic room option. It's huge, it's beautiful, and I think you're gonna love it. So follow me along as I show you on the tour. So right as I walk in the door here, there are two buttons here where you can click the makeup room, do not disturb. I like that you can communicate that way. You don't have to do it on the outside. And then also there's a key card here that you have to slide in so that all the electrical will work in the room. So if this is out, keep in mind nothing will charge and the lights won't work. Okay. As we head over here, just wanted to point out all throughout the room you have these wonderful light options. So basically you click on daylight, evening, whichever ones that you want, and then it'll adjust all the lights in the room. So one great feature of the suite is this second bathroom. So if you're hosting a party, you have guests over, they can use this. And also it's just a second bathroom, which I know my wife and I always appreciate having that on a ship. The other thing I wanted to point out is right here you have this door that opens. This would connect to a Courtyard Penthouse. So it opens it up and makes it into a true two-bedroom suite. And if that's something you're interested in, it's a combination that we sell a lot of, and it's very, very popular. So you need to get it right away, pretty much as soon as the schedules come out to get the two together. All right, so now we are in the main living space. Right here is a full wet bar. You notice that you have all your stemware. There's also cutlery because you can dine in suite if you'd like. You're gonna order from the Haven restaurant, which is, in my mind, the best restaurant on board the ship. You can also use your specialty dining package and then, of course, work with your butler. You wanna maximize your ability to use your butler by working with us ahead of time so that we can set all of that up, explain the entire process, and you actually have access to the Haven concierge line immediately after you book, so you can make those special requests. But once again, we're happy to do that on your behalf as well. So underneath here, you do have some storage. You've got right here your mini fridge. It is completely stocked and ready to go for the guests based on their personal preferences. And then also you're gonna have your shore excursion tickets and everything ready to go as soon as you walk in. I love the Nespresso maker over here. They'll replenish it as often as you like. That's how I start my day at home, so I really appreciate that I get to do it on the cruise, and I'm gonna be in the Haven in a couple weeks, and well, I'm gonna go through quite a bit of that. Love having coffee on the balcony. All right, so now we're in the space. You can see it's a pretty big space in here. You've got your couch. This does make up into a bed if that's something that you're interested in doing. A nice comfy chair. And of course, anything that's facing front, you're gonna have these epic views out the front of the ship. That's what this room is all about because it's on the front corner. You're also gonna have a full dining room table here. Nice little chandelier, but once again, you can dine in your suite. I'm gonna continue on over to the corner here. You've got your flat panel TV. They do have a full Bose surround sound system, top of the line. And then over here, you've got a writing desk. What I love so much about this is that personally, I always have to work when I'm cruising, part of my job, obviously, but being able to sit here and look out the front of the ship and just have the most amazing views is really calming and also just a great way to work. You got a little bit of storage over here on the sides, and I like that they put in this full panel with European and US plugs. I also personally always bring extra European converters and adapters. That way I can take advantage of every single plug in the space. All right, so now I'm headed into the master bedroom. One great feature of this is the door, of course. I travel with my daughter a lot. I love traveling with her, but of course we love to have our privacy as well. And right next to the door, you're going to have this light control again. Once again, there's separate light controls and temperature controls for each individual space in the entire room. Next to the bed, you have a US outlet. You also have light controls there. And then one little touch that they put in starting with the breakaway was these great blue ambient light. I love it because if you get up in the middle of the night and you use the restroom, you know, go get a drink of water or something, you're not going to stub your toes because you have just the right amount of light, but it's not going to wake you up completely. So one of the best features of this entire suite is, of course, the bed and the direction it's facing. It's looking directly out the side of the ship, and if you open up these curtains, it's actually looking out the front of the ship. So basically, you're gonna have a huge wraparound view wherever you're sailing in the entire world. This ship is going to go to Europe in just a few weeks, actually, and so I can imagine waking up in Copenhagen or something with just the most amazing views. So one excellent feature is that they also have a full king-size bed. There's a pillow menu you can order on it, and you can also have the bed made firmer or softer if you like. And I'm just going to walk right around the side here. I love this feature, actually. It was one that I found the last time we were here. But there's just a little bench here, which is always great when you're putting on your shoes, getting up and down kind of thing in the morning. And then your phone's by the bed. There is not a plug on this side. I did want to point that out. I always bring an extra battery backup so that I can utilize that in the evening and then, of course, charge it during the day. All right, so there's a curtain separating the bathroom and the bedroom. I do like that there's a little bit of extra privacy there. It's a great touch. And as soon as I get in the bathroom, the first feature here is the vanity. So they have this makeup mirror magnifying that's backlit. Really love that. And then also you've got your mirror here. A little bit of storage on the side, up and down. And then you also have your hair dryer that comes complimentary in every single room and suite on board. Once again, you have US plugs and Euro plugs. If you have the converters, you can utilize all of them. So this is what makes it a master bathroom and makes it really, really exceptional. So you've got this huge soaking tub here with massive views. Of course, you do have the curtain that'll come down. Sometimes in port, you might be next to another ship, so that's an important feature to have. And it's the same thing with the shower. So once again, I'm 6'6". It is a huge shower. I usually don't have any clearance above me, but I do in this particular one. You've got a rainforest shower head, kind of the car wash shower with all the extra nozzles. You've got a nice little bench, place to put your foot, and then another bench here, which I really appreciate because you could sit here, soak, and then once again, look out the amazing views out the window. All right, so as we continue on in the bathroom, once again, a massive space. You have these two very nice modern vanity sinks there, and you also have a ton of storage underneath where you can put things away. I really, really appreciate that in a bathroom on a cruise. You're also gonna have the upgraded Bulgari bath amenities, and they even have the little touches like shower poofs. I have one at home, so love using that here. And then once again, with the upgraded amenities, it really makes a huge difference. So as we continue through, this is a separate toilet room. Really nice feature, closes off completely. And then now you are in the walk-in closet. And as you can see, it's truly a walk-in, maybe even a walk-through closet here. You've got a ton of hang-up space here, ton more on the other side, so kind of like, for the two passengers that are sharing the room. And then you also are gonna have storage here and then a ton of storage that pulls out there. I also like this, you can put your shoes on it. You can also sit there if you need to get ready. And then this entire wall here is all storage as well. And then this wall is storage again. And as you continue on through, you see there's an extra door here. This is gonna take us right back to where we started, but I just wanted to point out that you have even more storage over here. Just a really, really wonderful touch for a suite this size. So now we are on the extra large wraparound balcony at the very front of the ship. So once again, this allows you to maximize two kinds of views here. Before we get over there, I just wanted to point out, right here you have your two loungers. They have this really nice soft terry cloth cover. They'll change it out as often as you like, usually every single day. And then over here you have a full dining table because once again, just like inside, you can dine completely in your suite right here if you'd like. I think that's an amazing touch. And for me personally, cruising through the Caribbean or Europe and sitting here having an amazing meal with these unbelievable views, I think is a really, really perfect place to be. So one great feature of this door is that it adds a windbreak. But also as we walk around here, you can see the other view that we are now getting. So in addition to the very front facing views, you have this all total wraparound view here. One thing that I wanted to point out is that the bathroom is just through there. There is a curtain there, but if you're traveling with your family members, you may want to shut this particular curtain if you're taking a bath in there. But I'm in one of my favorite staterooms on board, and that's an aft-facing penthouse suite. I love the aft views. I'll show you what that's all about, but let me explain the room to you first. All right, so let me take you back here to the entryway. So you've got your temperature control. I really do appreciate that they have several temperature controls throughout the room, and then you also have your makeup room and do not disturb that you can just click the button and communicate with your steward outside. Right here, you always have to have your key card in there. If you don't, none of the electrical is going to work in the room, so just keep that in mind. Another great feature of this is right here, this door opens up and connects to a standard balcony stateroom. The only very important thing to keep in mind, and I sell a lot of these combinations, is that anybody in that stateroom will not get access to the Haven or the Haven amenities. So just make sure that you understand that if you book this connecting configuration. So right here is the second bathroom. That's one of the best features of this stateroom. Not a huge one, but it's fantastic, especially if you have kids that are staying in the living room. They have their own space. You've got a full shower in here, a small sink, and then you also have your toilet. All right, so now we're headed into the main living room portion of the suite. Right here, you're gonna have a full dining room table. Keep in mind that you can work with your butler. As your travel agent, we will actually coordinate with your butler ahead of time to make sure that they understand your preferences and your needs, and then all of the expectations are set on both sides. But one of the great things is that you can work with your butler and you can dine completely in your suite. So you can order off the Haven restaurant menu, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. There's also an expanded room service menu, and you can easily use your specialty dining in the suite itself. So right over here, you're gonna have all of your stemware, your glassware, your cutlery that of course you would need to use if you're dining in your stateroom. There is a Nespresso maker. They'll replenish these as often as you like. I really love it. I start my day at home with an espresso, so I really appreciate that they have one in here. There's your handy phone that you can use throughout the ship, and then of course you've got all the different menus here. So right there is gonna be your mini fridge, fully stocked and ready to go. Once again, we work with the butler ahead of time. We call that Haven Concierge line to make sure that all of your preferences are noted before you arrive. So now we're in the main part of the living room. If there are more than 2 passengers that are staying here, this would be the second bedroom area. I do not believe that this is a great option for 2 couples. I think if you have 2 kids, this could be perfect. But once again, if maybe you're traveling with a configuration of grandma and grandpa, I've done that a couple times. You can utilize the connecting room and then you can put 4 in here. So you can actually double up the amount of passengers that can stay in the stateroom space where you're all sharing it together. You've got your full flat screen TV here, and then on the side, you've got your little lamp and then your light controls, of course, right there that are used, especially if somebody is staying in the room here. All right, so storage-wise for this, you have all of your hanging storage here, quite a bit. You can put some up above as well, but once again, if somebody's utilizing this for a room, that's that. And then right there, you're gonna have your full light controls. I'm gonna continue on into the master bedroom. The first thing that I notice is this is a full king-size bed. Really, really appreciate that you've got a full king in here. You can have them make it firmer or softer depending on what you like, and then also order from a full pillow menu. Next to your nightstand here, you have light controls. There is not a plug. I just wanted to point that out. I always bring extra battery backups, and that way I can just utilize that to charge my phone at night, and then of course charge the battery during the day. All right, let me head over to the other side. There is quite a bit of storage in here, but it's all tucked away. So right here, you're gonna have your hanging storage. You have your complimentary robes that come in every single Haven suite. And then by the bed here, you're gonna have your phone, a US plug, lights, and then there is a small table where you can actually tuck things away, and there's a little drawer where you can put them away as well. As I continue on through the suite, I just wanted to point out that there's some more storage here. Okay, and then all the way over here, you have more hanging storage, and then there's a ton of storage underneath the TV as well. It looks really clean and put away because of the way that they designed it. And last, another set of storage there. So now we're heading into the master bathroom. The first thing that I see is you've got this great vanity here. You have a European plug and a US plug. I always bring extra converters and adapters. That way I can take advantage of all the plugs in the suite. You have this great backlit makeup mirror here, magnifying, and then also another mirror and a chair to sit and get ready. Your hair dryer is just underneath, and there's a tiny little bit of storage. Just back here is the toilet. Once again, I like that it's behind a door. It's separated completely from the space. And now you have your really large double vanity. Everything in here is upgraded throughout. You've got your upgraded Bulgari bath amenities, and they even have the nice touches of having like the shower poof and shower cap. I use that at home, so it's nice to have it here as well. There's also storage underneath. Once again, soft clothes like everywhere throughout the suite, and that goes all the way underneath here. The next spot that I wanted to point out is the bathtub. So you have this really fantastic soaking tub here. You see you've got your bath salts there ready to go. And what makes this particular one so special is you're looking directly out the back of the ship. We're actually in New Orleans right now. You can see some riverboats down back there, but you can imagine sitting here and soaking. I did want to point out that they have a curtain so you can put it down, of course, have the privacy, especially if you have family members that are traveling with you and they're out on the balcony. Step in here. This is the last part I wanted to point out. Once again, a huge shower. I'm 6'6". I don't fit in a lot of showers. You got this rainforest shower head. You also have all of the car wash nozzles, your shower wand, and then over here there's a little bench seat. Of course, you can use it to put your foot up if you need to shave, but also you could sit there and soak and then look out. Right now the curtain's up, but as I pull it up, you have an unbelievable view once again out the back of the ship. That's really, really amazing, especially when you're sailing. If you're in port, you just put that curtain down and you have the extra privacy. So now we're stepping out onto the large balcony, and once again, you have these aft-facing views. When you're sailing, it's my favorite place to be. I love the wake in the back. I kind of love that noise that you have, and then just looking out into the distance is, frankly, like I said, my favorite place to be on a cruise ship. You'll notice that out here you have a table and you have 4 chairs. Once again, you can dine outside. We're having a little bit of a rainstorm right now here with a little bit of wind in New Orleans, but you can imagine on a beautiful day, this would be a perfect place to dine. And then of course you have your dining room table inside, so you can utilize that as well. So as I head around to the other side, I wanted to point out that you have 2 loungers, very soft, padded. You got this nice terry cloth cover there, a very, very comfortable space for 4 people, which is what the maximum occupancy in this room is. I did want to point out that if you do take that adjoining balcony, that you cannot get through on the outside. You can on the inside, but just the way the structure sits here, you can't connect there. Reach out to Harr Travel. We are your haven experts. We've sailed in the space. We sell a ton of it. We understand the product completely, and we have an amazing relationship with Norwegian Cruise Line, so we know that we can help create the vacation of a lifetime for you and your family at an incredible value.